Hey, what's up everybody? It is Kellen here from Starter Systems again, and welcome back to another Monster Energy Supercross, the video game career mode gameplay. And today, we are continuing on with the 250 West region, and you may notice that I have a different bike, different gear, all this stuff. Well, I have migrated my championship, if you will, over to the PC. I tried to go through and repeat as much stuff as I could, but obviously I also have a little bit more money on the PC since I've been playing this game a little bit more on there. So apologies for that, but other than that, I do have the championship lead, which I did have in the other career mode, I believe. But I only have it by a few points, so we're just going to go from here, continue on with the PC, and we are in Oakland, and I'm going to do one race per video. That's how we're going to do this thing now. Each new episode of career mode is going to be one race per video. Today will be Oakland, so I'm going to do qualifying here, try to go fastest qualifier, and then we'll go into the heat races, and then we're doing a 15-minute main event, 15-minute plus one lap, the realistic distances, and I will probably allow them to have a head start, taking a little bit of inspiration from one of my other favorite YouTubers, Yellow S2K. He does a head start championship in this game, just to keep things a little bit more interesting. I think I might do the same, but see if I can't catch these guys. In terms of Oakland anyway, I'm pretty good on this track. This is one of the better tracks that I am on in this game, because I don't really know why I'm so comfortable on this track, but I did have the, last time I checked, the 4th fastest lap ever ran on this track on the PC on a 250F, which was a 52.3, I believe. I'd have to double check again, but you can look at the leaderboards yourself. I had the fastest time for about a week, whichever time I ran, and then a couple other guys started finding some crazy stuff to do on this track, I guess, and got it down into the 50-second range, which I definitely will not be doing in this video. But no, I still feel pretty comfortable on this track, and yeah. So I'll talk about the game while I continue to qualify here. I like the game now that I've played it for a good 2.5 weeks, going on 3 weeks already. Wow. I'm actually enjoying it still. I'm having a good time playing it. It's kept my attention, I think mostly because the track builder, if I'm being honest, because the track builder is a really good addition to this game in my opinion. It's a good way to keep it fun and interesting and not boring and repetitive and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna go ahead and quit session now so we don't keep doing this all day long.
Well, that will end this 250.
But I think that this game has a good value to it in that it's supposed to be an arcade game. We know that. It's not going to be a simulation on any level. There's a lot of things wrong with it, of course, when it relates to real life riding. But it is a very good rendition of tight Supercross racing. I think it's probably close to 1-to-1 scale, which is, in my opinion, really good for a game like this. I just think in general, it's a really good title release for these guys. So I'm excited for playing it still, honestly, doing these career mode championship things. I'm going to try to go all the way through the 450 class, all the way until I basically beat the game. And I don't plan on stopping. Even when MX's ATV All Out comes out, I can still see myself playing this game quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of customization, and I've seen a few little leaked pictures, I guess, of people saying that they've found that there's DLC already pre-built into the game for the Monster Cup and for I can't remember if it was 2018 tracks or something like that, but they're working towards that. So I think there's still more to come out of this game, which is a good thing in my opinion, because I think that this game does have some good value. It's fun to play. They've seemed to have patched it pretty well for the first couple of weeks to get it in a good spot where it's not. It was really bad the first couple of days, but now it seems to be okay. So I enjoy it. I get a lot of comments on the channel asking, what's your opinion? Would you recommend buying it? And of course, I recommend buying any motocross video game, good or bad, because it supports the community. But if you're asking my opinion of like, is it good enough to buy? I would also say, yeah, like, you know, on the PC, I think it's still like $50 and the price will go down as time goes on. So if you're wanting to get it a little bit cheaper, like you're not completely sold, then sure, wait. But I would still recommend at some point, you know, picking the game up and at least trying it out, because I think they made good improvements based off of what I had seen in the previous videos of this game. And you know, going into it with the mindset of it's going to be MXGP 3 but on tighter tracks, and that just didn't excite me all that much, to be honest with you. But it over exceeded my expectations, really. Like, I think that there's a way to play this game that feels realistic and fun, and I like that aspect of it. I really liked in old games that were very unrealistic when you could try to find ways to play them realistically, honestly. That was one of my favorite parts of playing, like, Untamed, was trying to find cool, like, realistic things to do, realistic scrubs or whips. So I think that there's a way to play this game that feels realistic, and that's a good aspect of it, in my opinion. People have been dogging on me a little bit because I'm on the rev limiter a lot, as you should be on a 250F anyway. Like, when you really ride these things hard, you should be at the peak end of the RPMs. But no, I mean, like, in the air, like, I'm wide open like half the time on the jumps, and there's no point to that because I'm in the air. So I get why people complain about that, but whatever. I honestly have my headphones turned down pretty low, so I can't hear much of anything anyway. I told you I'm good on this track, and just as I say that, I have my first crash. I may have to give these guys a whole lap lead for a 15-minute main event. Depends on how much time I'm gaining on them each lap. But I mean, like, I'm already, what is it, like 15 seconds ahead on the 4th lap of the race. Like, this is going to be a 16-lap main event for a 15-minute plus 1 lap race, if not 17 lap. I really probably should give him a whole lap and see if I can catch him. That might actually be kind of a fun thing to do. I don't really care if I lose the championship, as long as we have fun. I also feel like I've gotten pretty good at this game, like, regardless of lap times or anything. Like, I feel like I've gotten pretty comfortable at turning the sticks, which, by the way, if you're watching this video and you don't understand how to whip, it's literally turning the stick one direction or the other in order to whip with your body leaning to the left. You just take off with the left stick towards the left and then turn the stick the right stick the opposite direction. So that'd be turning the sticks away from each other, the right stick out and the left stick out. And then to do it the opposite direction, you just turn the sticks towards each other. Don't feel bad that you didn't know that, because I didn't know that when I first played MXGP2 when they installed this whipping scrubbing system that they have. So I guess I don't feel like you're not picking up on some easy concept, because unless you know it, it's not the easiest thing to, like, figure out just on your own by tilting the sticks around in all sorts of different directions. Damn. One thing I don't like about this track is that you can do some pretty unrealistic things, like that whole dragons to dragons section, like jumping wet. Like, you can jump all the way out of the dragons section on a 450 pretty easily. This rhythm section's pretty well built in my opinion, but the other one, they didn't do like that good of a job with the dragons back. I don't know why they're so, like, they're really just like ramps. I have no idea why, but whatever. I really want to give these guys a whole lap lead and see how far up I can get. That'll be really cool. Like, literally wait on the gate in the main event until the first guy comes over the finish line and see how far I can get. Because that way I won't be in traffic trying to go through the whole field and then have to do it again. It'll just be like, how long until I catch the last guy? Because I'm doing the whole 15-minute main event, so why not? Keep it a little bit interesting, this video. going to be about a 30-minute video, which in my opinion is going to be perfect. It's exactly what I was hoping to do. Okay, that just got ran over. Burp. Burp, burp, burp. Get lapped. Kizada. And over the finish line. Nice! Sick whippertail. Alright, so we're gonna let these guys just go ahead and get a full lap on me. Picking up credits, picking up prestige. Oh, I got new butt patches. Sweet! I'm working my way through all these different ones here. Now to the main event. Qualified right out of the heat, obviously by winning it. Stoked. And then this is going to be a 15-minute plus 1 lap main event. This is going to be giving them 1 whole lap lead on the start. And again, 250 riders do not come out at opening ceremonies. In case you've never been to a Supercross before, just reiterating. Let's actually do this over here so I can keep an eye on them coming up over the finish. I'll just go here. All right, let's give these guys a whole lap. All right, and later, dudes. Why? It looks like I'm floating. Do a burnout here. It really, to me, looks like I'm floating. I want to get over the gate just because I don't want it to go up on me or do something weird. So this is just me holding the front brake in first gear. How many gears can you go through doing a burnout? On 5th, it's starting to wind down a little bit. I wonder if you could do that on, like, do they have a pavement decal somewhere? Alright, here we go. They are coming around. We're still waiting for them. No idea who's leading, but Dan Reardon's in 21st, which is gnarly. We'll wait for them to come over the finish line. With the revs wide open here, and it looks like maybe McElrath is leading, and 1 lap in the books. So let's see if I can catch these guys. Got 14 minutes or so to do it. I think this is going to be interesting. All right, maximum focus. Brah, 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 brah. Man, I wish there was 2 strokes in this game. Probably hear a lot of people saying that, to be honest with you, but I love 2 strokes. I own a 252 stroke in real life, so I'm a little bit biased maybe, but still would love to hear the sound of sweet, sweet 2 strokes in this game. Man, this looks like it's going to be harder than I thought. These guys are going a lot faster in the main. And it's Oldenburg leading. I made that mistake. It's 51 seconds ahead, so I have to go, I don't know, on average like 4 seconds a lap faster each time. So I probably won't get to him. But let's see how far I can actually get. Jeez, ripping through this section. Almost got all the way out. It's so meta in the manual transmission because you can just like shift to the moon and just go flying. Yeah, look, I already gained a lot of time on him as opposed to the last lap. So let's see how long it'll take for me to actually catch somebody. Oh, that was a pretty good lap, 52.8. It's pretty close to one of my best laps. Gonna be a while before I get to somebody, I think. But I don't see anybody coming towards me out of the first corner anymore, so definitely making up time on the leaders. I really wonder if I could jump all the way out of that section before this video's over. It's also really meta for manual transmission because you can just shift down dramatically coming into a corner, and it's super lame that you can do that because it's kind of unrealistic. For those of you that don't know much about Supercross, and or the bikes that they use. Most factory bikes in a Supercross race have transmissions with really kind of like long gears. Like they really only ever use second or third gear for the most part. Like maybe at like Daytona or Vegas on long straightaways they'll go a little bit higher, but they use some pretty long, you know, big transmission gears. That's pretty much just so that they don't have to shift as much. I guess they do go into fourth pretty often, at least 250s do in the whoops. You want to be in a higher gear in the whoops so that the bike can kind of lug its way through, especially for those guys that are trying to like gain speed through the whoops, or like trying to go faster and faster as the whoops get further and further on. And the best way to do that, like you'll see a lot of guys at the end of a rhythm lane come into a corner before a whoop section. Like I saw this repeatedly when I went to the Glendale Supercross because I sat right in front of that corner before the whoops. They'll come into the corner, and while they're in the corner they'll shift up twice. Like they'll be going through the rhythm section in second gear, but then they'll shift up twice going into the whoops so that they can be in fourth gear in the whoops. So that it's a pretty clear indication of why they would go into fourth gear there. Oh, maybe get it. Just not carrying enough momentum. I've done it on a 450, I promise you. When I race this track on a 450 in a little bit, you'll see. I say a little bit, it's gonna be like 20 episodes from now. Well, I really should say it's gonna be 17 episodes from now, because it'll be exactly 17 rounds away that I'll do that video. I really don't think I'll catch the leaders. 36 down with 10 minutes to go. So again, need to reel back in like about 4 seconds a lap, 3 seconds a lap. All right. But I'm finally catching the back of the field, so we'll see how quick and painless it is to get through these guys. Or if it is at all. I might get stuck with some of these guys for a while. Catching Brock Shoemaker is the first one. And Gel Derrida, Chris Howell. Jesse Nelson way back here with Shane McElrath. What the heck? Pretty cool of them to put Jesse Nelson in the game too. Really such a bummer about him being paralyzed now. He's such a really good rider. Got Broadley, Dan Reardon on the Star Racing Yamahas back here. It's just a cluster of dudes. Chase Marquier. Almost got it. Cased it a little bit. Kyle Chisholm, when he rode for Moto Concepts, now he rides for 5150 Yamaha. And then R. Jones, I don't know who that is to be honest with you. But C. Pearson is Connor Pearson, who has been having some like weird problems going on. He's been in the hospital for a little while. I hope he's doing all right. Didn't see who I just passed, Jordan Parker. Now Harry Riscan, I'm inside of the top 10 halfway through the race. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that was lucky. Almost just Osborne'd him. All right, into 9th, and now I've got a pretty big gap before I get to the next guy, which is Philip Nicoletti. So we'll see how quickly I can get to him. 52.8 is my best time, so I'm running pretty good lap times. Yeah, I'm already catching Phil pretty quickly here. Coming up to 6.5 or so minutes to go. 19 seconds down. I don't know. It's possible. Kind of shows off, I feel a little bad about this video because it shows off how even on realistic difficulty, on the realistic race distance against you know, realistic physics, all that business, I can start almost a lap down, theoretically, and still maybe get to the lead before it's over. These guys don't use the whole berm, and then they have no drive to clear the Supercross triple. So it just passed Phil and J-Mart. Can see the leaders. They're not right in front of me, but they're creeping up there. We got 6 minutes to go. I'm catching Forkner. And Davalos? Yeah, Davalos and AP, Plessinger maybe. Oh, get scrubbed on Forkner. That was sick. Alright, got Davalos and Plessinger in front of me now. See if I can just jump right by them. Almost all the way into the corner. Oh man, these guys are hauling through the whoops. But I'm going faster. Later, guys. Alright, into fourth. Next up is Dakotas. And that was my bad. Had a lot more room on the track than I even used. All right, into third. Now next up is Hill. I think I might get there. 11 seconds to the lead. I got 5 minutes left to do it. At one point I was over 51 seconds down because I crossed the line at the end of the first lap, exactly 51 seconds down. So in a 15-minute plus 1 lap race, apparently I'm able to make up about 50 seconds on the realistic AI. Here I am spending all this time talking about how you can make the game realistic, and then I just absolutely blow everybody's doors off here. Almost just ran my best lap. I'm hovering right around like the 53s every time. I don't think I'll also be able to do this exact thing in future races because I'm, like I said, for some reason, Oakland just suits me. The AI is definitely better on certain tracks. The next one after this would be, what was it, Dallas? So I haven't actually played the AI on that track yet, but I'd imagine they're also pretty good. All right, catching up to Justin Hill. Got 3.5 minutes to go. I'm 4 seconds off the lead. I can see the leader now. Like this time actually he's in front of me. Gonna go around Hill in the whoops. And just about 3 minutes to go. Oldenburg crashes with the finish line and I take over the race lead. So I have gone from completely dead last, a lap down to the lead in about 12 minutes. Well, even less than that because it was about, well, yeah, 12 minutes. 11 minutes, 12 minutes or so. Gained 51 plus seconds and almost got that line out. Oops. Oh, come on. Now I make a dumb mistake like that. So now I have to get him back again. That was a good lap until then. I'm a little mad about that. A little salty. I wonder if I could swing wide and quad in there. Swing quad 5 maybe? I don't know if you'd have enough speed, but we could try. Contrary to popular belief too, I feel like scrubbing actually does do you some good in this game. It does help you stay lower. Like right there, for example. Using a tough block as a berm. Just hauling the mail. Surprised I haven't tried scrubbing that Supercross triple earlier. Quad in. You can't 5 all the way into the corner, but you can go quad. That's kind of cool. All right, now let's see how many people I can lap. All right. Man, poor old Oldenburg. He thought he had this win clear in the distance, and then gets passed by me and Justin Hill. Trying to run a good lap here. This guy was gonna. Thought he was gonna tuck to the inside a little bit more. He just landed in the corner wide open. Leaned over. Oh man, these corners are inconsistent sometimes. All right, 2 laps to go because we're gonna run out of time on this lap. I'd love to know how many laps I actually did in this video. Might be a 20 lap main event. I don't know, maybe you guys are just as good as me in this game, but I feel like I've gotten pretty good at the game. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Man, I almost got that line down. Sorry, Hal, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and blow right by you in the whoops, which are non-existent. I wonder on a 450 if you got that quad and if you could then 5 into the corner. Jeez, there's 1,000 people back here. All right, white flag. Lapping all these guys who I was behind at the beginning of the race now. I don't think I took him out. Maybe I did. All right, this is fascinating. Starting a whole lap down, working my way through the field, and getting to the front with plenty of time to spare. I'm gonna win this race by like 20 seconds nearly. It's pretty kind of insane, to be honest with you. All right, to the line. It's a pretty good lap again. It's a 52.6 at the end. And taking the victory in style, coming through the field, lapping everybody, it seems like. Woo! 17-second victory. How many people did I end up lapping? Dan Reardon got lapped. Yep, Dan Reardon got lapped. All right, that's it. That's one whole race in the 250 West region of the championship. Started a whole lap behind and ended up winning by 17 seconds. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll be back with plenty more of these videos in the future. So I'll see you guys then. But for Kellen here on Start Your Systems, I'm out. Catch you guys later.